Welcome back to Ask Alexis. Have you ever been ghosted? In other words, stood up, ignored, rejected, blocked? In the era of modern dating, it happens all the time. And in this episode, we're going to talk about it. Emma from Sydney writes, "Dear Alexis, I was seeing this guy for a couple of weeks and I really thought we hit it off. After our last date, he said he'd text me when he got home. I fell asleep and woke up to an empty inbox. I tried calling right away to make sure everything was fine, but it went straight to voicemail. I hopped on Instagram and noticed he'd unfollowed me. After a couple texts that wouldn't go through, I realized he had blocked me and I never saw it coming. I want to see him again. Is there any hope for this situation?" Emma, I hate to tell you this, but you've been ghosted. There really is no telling when or why someone will ghost you, which is what makes it so frustrating and confusing. From what you've already told me, you've reached out multiple times, and I'm sorry to tell you this, dear, but in this case, it's over. And honestly, Emma, if he were to reach out to you at this point, you shouldn't even want to talk to him. For those of you who think you might have been ghosted but you aren't quite sure, I would allow you to send one casual follow-up text. Sometimes people get busy, and if too much time goes by, they feel awkward reaching out. If that one text goes unanswered though, it's time to move on to someone who will actually text you back. For those of you who are the ghosters, stop. Be a little more mature about how you handle the awkward point at which you decide you're no longer interested. I'm not saying you have to sit down face to face and explain all the reasons you're moving on, but you should at least have the decency to say, "Thanks for a great time, the connection just isn't there for me." It might feel harsh, but trust me, it's much kinder than leaving the person to draw their own conclusions. Emma, I know it feels hard right now, but the person who ghosted you just isn't worth worrying about. That's it for this episode of Ask Alexis. Remember to like this video and hit the subscribe button. If you want more Ask Alexis, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Let's Ask Alexis. There, you can DM me your questions and I might just answer on the next episode. Until next time, remember, when in doubt, just ask Alexis.